Hello everyone, my name is Varun and today in this video we are going to continue our series of creating the CRUD app in React. As mentioned in the previous video, so far we have worked on creating a user, showing the listing of the user and deleting the user. So in this video we are going to have a functionality of updating the user. Alright, so let's now first plan that how we are going to accomplish this functionality. So guys, whenever I'm going to click on update, it will pass the information this selected user to my users component, and from the users component it is going to populate this add user component. Alright, that is why I have not named this component as add user. It is manage users. From manage user it can be add or update, right? So once v- so in order to have this form having two functionalities, that is add user or update user, we also need to send a identifier so that it can identify that this operation is for adding a new user or this operation is for updating the existing user. So what it will do is it will capture the current user, populate this form with the data, and automatically it will also change the add user to update user. So let's now move on to the code base to understand how we can accomplish this thing. So now let's go to user list component, and here you can see that I have created a delete button functionality and update functionality, and here what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a listener select user. Actually clicking on edit is not actually going to edit it right away. It is going to populate the form at the top, right? So I will be passing this select user as a prop, and what we will do now is let's go to user, and here I will add select user is equal to select user. Okay, now it is giving me the error that this user is not available. That is correct. Now let's create this method const select user. Oops, select user is equal to id. Okay, one more thing I think I have missed is that actually I need to pass the ID. So let's use this convention of passing the data, and here I will pass index. So it is giving me the error. Let me see what is the error here. Let me remove it and add it in a proper manner. Select user. All right. So now let me reload this app and let me pass the index like this. So we are just passing the selected index to my top component, that is user. And here what we are going to do is we are going to also first set the form type for this. So let's create another const form type, set form type use state add. So guys, I actually need a identifier so that this add user, this manage user component can identify that okay, now I have to perform a add operation or now I have to perform a update operation. So that's why we have created this another state called form type, and we are going to pass this form type to my manage user also. All right, form type is equal to form type. All right, and whenever I'm updating or whenever I'm using the select user, I have to change my form type to update. Alright guys. So now what I am going to do is I am going to pass this selected user to my manage user component. So in order to do that, let's first get the reference of this current user. Const user is equal to, oops, const user is equal to users and ID. So I have got the current user, right? And I also need to pass the identifier that this is the ID of this current user. So it will help me actually updating the value. So let's also add user.id as ID. All right. And sorry. Now set the current user state const current user and set current user is equal to use state as null. So right now there is no current user, and once I have get the new user, what I will do is I will set this current user as user. All right. It is giving me the error. Oops. Yeah. All right, guys. So I have passed this value. Now what we need to do is we need to pass this current user to my manage user component. So let's pass it. Current user is equal to current user. All right, guys. Now in my manage user, so let's move to the manage user component, and here we need to do few manipulations. Right now you can see that there is only add user. Now it will be having two buttons, two kind of buttons. One will be add user and another will be update user. So for that, what I would suggest you to do is let's create another method which will be deciding our form type. Is it going to be a add user or update user, right? So let's create const set form type, and here I am saying that I also need to pass form type and current user. Let me add form type current user. All right. And here what we need to do is if my form type is add, if form type is add, what it is saying is declarable never used. All right. So return, what I'm going to do is I'm going to return my button like this. All right, guys. So let me make it to triple equal to. So benefit of triple equal to is that it will also check the type, equality and type, right? And apart from that, if it is not add user, then we know that it is going to be update user, right? And here also we are going to use the same submit handler. And now what we can do is, as it is returning the component itself, we will use the set form over here directly. All right, guys. So you can see that this button is back again, right? And now let's move on to populating our form automatically, right? So for populating the form, what we are going to use here is use effect hook. So we always use effect hook whenever we want to use or we want to have a side effect in my application. Okay, we usually use effect hook whenever we are going to make an API hit and we are getting some data from outside, right? Or whenever we want to show any side effect in my change in my state. So I will be creating a separate video on use effect. For now, just bear in mind that in order to make manipulation in my current state, I want to make manipulation in my current state, I will use the use effect hook. Use effect, and here that is the main syntax of use effect. All right, and then I will be creating a method called set user here, and in the set user, as I'm having a current user, let's destructure it with oops, email name and bio to current user. All right, so what I'm going to do now is set email with email. Similarly, set name with name, name, and then set bio with bio. All right, guys, now the state is set, and we also need to make sure that we should only call this method if my current user is not null, right? So as you are aware that I am using it from this here, if current user is available, right now by default it is null, and it is going to be available only if I click on update button from my listing, and it will set the current user. Okay, so now what I will do is I will say that if current user is not equal to null, then use set user. All right, so it is saying that use effect is not defined, so let me also define the use effect hook. All right, guys, so now we have performed two things. One is clicking on update will pass the information of the current user to my users form, users component, and then users component is going to pass the information about the current user to my manage user component. And in my manage user component, I have created a use effect hook where I am setting the form. Here also, I want to render it only when there is a change in current user. So this is a convention that it keeps on watching, it keeps on reloading only for a specific state change. All right, so whenever there is a change from the users component in the current user, it will call this use effect and do this work. All right, uh, so now let's see this thing in action. Varun@gmail.com, Varun, and this is bio. And let's click on add, and now click on update. So clicking on the update, you can see that it has shown Varun, Varun, and this is bio. But right now we are not doing anything with on submit handler. You can see that it is directly calling the add user right now. So now let's work on this update user. So what we are going to do is, based on the form type, I will be having a ternary operator which will say if it is add user, then call add user, else call update user. Okay, so here what I am going to do is, if form type is equal to add, then call add user, else use update user. All right, and let me see what. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to call this update user method here, and I need to define this update user over here. Const update user is equal to user obj. All right, so guys, here what I have to do is I have to actually pass two things. So why we have to pass two things here? Because we need to know that who is the user and which is the ID of that user. What is the ID of that user, right? So let's go to this and move on to our submit handler, and here I will pass user obj, along with it's not id is not available, it is actually current user dot id. So current user is the user that I am getting, and you might be aware that current user is set from here. I am getting the identifier of the user. I am setting the ID here, and here I am setting the user. So I am sending user and it is having that ID. So we are directly passing that ID. All right. And now let's see this in action. Uh, Let me go to update user. It is saying that this is defined but not used. So now let's use this update user. For updating the user, I am following the same approach. I will create a copy of my users, and I will find the from that ID. I will directly update that current user in my new users array, and then I will update the set users. I know that it is a bit complex what I have said, but once you will see the code base, you will get the clarity. So let's do it. Let new users is equal to users. So I am creating a copy of all the users. Okay. Now what I will do is new users dot id. So let me also get the ID here. Okay. So I am saying that new user ID should be user obj. So here what I have done is first I have copied a user into a new array, and then to that particular ID, to that selected user, I am updating the new user, right? So now this is updated only in its copy. But what we need to do is we actually need to update it in a real users component, real user state, right? So for that, now let's update it to set users with new users. All right, and also now change the form type to add again. All right, guys, now what we are missing is that we are missing to pass this update user as a property. All right, so most of the functionality is done. So now guys, let's test our application. I have refreshed the page, and let me add var@gmail.com, varu, and this is by, okay, and I am adding my user. All right, now let's click on update. On clicking on the update, it has populated my form automatically, right? Now what we want is let's change it to Varun and change the name to Varun properly, and this is my bio. Also guys, you can see that clicking on edit has updated the form button to update user, right? And now let me click on this update user button. Great. So you can see that it has updated the current user automatically, and it has also changed the button to add user again. All right. So I know that this was a bit overwhelming at the start because we are doing many things over there. So let me give you a brief recap of this particular edit functionality. So guys, clicking on update, what I am doing is I am sending this current user info to my users component, and here in this applications, users is the main container component where we are maintaining all the users. All right. And once we have the current user, we are passing this current user to my manage user component, and here we are using use effect hook. Use effect hook is used if I want to have side effects in my state, and here the side effect is that I want to use this current user, and then using that current user info I want to populate my data. I want to populate my form. From here I have populated it, and also I am checking that if current user is not null, then set this user, call this method to populate the form. So once the form is populated, Here you can see that I am dynamically changing the button here. If it is current user is there, if my form type is add, so button should be add user. If it is not add, then it should be update user. Similarly, you can see that on submit handler, based on the form type, either I am sending the add user method via user object, I am sending the user object, and for update user, I am sending the user object along with the ID. And as I'm saying that this is the main controller of this application, so user is actually updating the details. So here we created a copy and then we updated the value in that copy, and then we use that copy as the main state in my form. So I hope that you have understood the whole idea of this application. So guys, this is the end of this creating the CRUD application series. I hope that you have liked this. Of course, there are many things which can be improved in this application. Let me give you a homework. What you can do is, first and foremost thing is, you can add validations to this form. Also try to add different kind of form elements in this form. Apart from that, you can see that it is updating the button to update user, but it is not updating this title from add user to update user, right? So you can do that thing also. Apart from that, you can add a functionality for delete model. Clicking on delete should ask, it should show a model that are you sure you want to delete the user. All right. Apart from that, you must be wondering that for every operation, we are not showing any success message. We are not telling the user that this is done successfully or user updated or user deleted successfully, right? So you can also add that kind of functionality. So apart from functionality, you will be noticing that here in this application, I am doing prop drilling a lot, right? And I am doing it intentional because as a beginner, you should know each and everything. So at start, we try to do the things which are bare minimum and very simple, and which also in reality adds complexity. Apart from that, what you can do is you can use context API to build this application, and it is going to save you from prop drilling, right? So try to use effect. I will be creating a separate video on you. I will be creating a separate video on context API. And if I get time, I will see, or if you demand that I create a separate video on uh, migrating this application using context API, I will see if I can do that. And once you are done with using the context API, then I would suggest you to do the same application using Redux. So now Redux has launched Redux Toolkit. You can use Redux Toolkit to build the same application, and you will figure out that your application will become very simple. And at the end, as this application is the only front end application, I would suggest you to integrate a backend for this application. Either you can use Firebase for storing the users, or either you can create a Node.js REST APIs for storing the information in your database. Either you can use MySQL or NoSQL like MongoDB for storing the users. Alright guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this series, and if you have any queries, if you have any suggestions, then do let me know in the comment sections. And that's all from my side guys. Thank you.